Hey everyone, have you ever found yourself struggling with unwanted thoughts or urges? It's something many people experience, and it's often tied to a set of mental barriers that we can learn to overcome. Today, we're going to explore 4 common psychological obstacles that can make it difficult to block sexual temptation. Understanding these barriers is the first step towards regaining control and fostering a healthier relationship with your own desires. The first barrier is judgment. This isn't just about judging others, it's often about harshly judging ourselves. We might beat ourselves up for having certain thoughts, feeling a strong craving, or even just acknowledging our desires. This self-criticism creates a cycle of shame and guilt, which ironically can increase the temptation. It's a powerful cognitive pattern that keeps us trapped. The key here is self-compassion. Instead of judging, try to approach your thoughts and feelings with kindness and understanding. Recognize that having these thoughts doesn't make you a bad person. It's a human experience. Practicing self-acceptance is crucial. Next, we have distraction. We live in a world designed to constantly grab our attention. Social media, streaming services, and even the endless stream of information can act as powerful distractions. While distractions might offer temporary relief from uncomfortable feelings, they ultimately avoid the underlying issue. They prevent us from addressing the root causes of the temptation. This is where mindfulness comes in. Learning to be present in the present moment, to observe your thoughts and feelings without getting swept away by them, is incredibly powerful. It allows you to acknowledge the urge without acting on it. Non-reactivity is key. Don't automatically reach for a distraction. Pause and simply notice what's happening. Another significant barrier is boundary issues. This isn't just about physical boundaries, although those are important too. It's about emotional and psychological boundaries. If we haven't established clear boundaries around what we allow into our minds and our lives, we become more vulnerable to temptation. This could involve setting limits on exposure to certain content, identifying and avoiding situations that trigger urges, and learning to say no to things that don't align with your values. Establishing healthy boundaries takes practice and self-awareness. It involves understanding your needs and communicating them assertively. Finally, there's the barrier of resistance, the fight against our own desires. Sometimes, the more we resist a temptation, the stronger it becomes. This can create a constant internal conflict, a tug-of-war between what we want and what we believe we should want. Willpower is important, but relying solely on willpower is often unsustainable. This might involve gifting assets strategically, using trusts to manage wealth, or taking advantage of exemptions and other legal provisions. The goal is to preserve wealth for future generations while minimizing the tax implications. This falls under wealth preservation and succession planning. It's important to remember that many of these strategies are perfectly legal. They exploit the complexities of the tax code, which is often open to interpretation and can be amended. However, the result is a significant disparity in the tax burden between the wealthy and the rest of society. The global tax landscape is constantly evolving, with initiatives like FDIC and CRS aimed at increasing tax transparency. But even with these efforts, loopholes and opportunities for avoidance persist. There's a growing debate about whether these practices are ethical. While legal, they raise questions about fairness and the role of government in ensuring everyone contributes their share. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, and the ongoing conversation about tax reforms reflects this. However, the video has only scratched the surface. It's also important to remember that personal values, purpose, and goals provide a strong foundation for making choices aligned with your authentic self. As digital assets become more prevalent, new opportunities for tax avoidance are emerging, and the tax authorities are struggling to keep up. The changing demands of consumers and workers will require businesses to adapt and innovate. So, what can you do? Understanding these dynamics can bring a lot of clarity and help you navigate your own relationships with greater confidence and self-awareness. Remember that you deserve to be in relationships where you feel loved, respected, and valued.